friend has arrived for you. Wow. Wow. Jaden, thanks for waiting. Sorry I'm late. I mean, that choker especially. It's a really big one, you know? It's not just one... a small one, like, with some... which looks like a tattoo or something. No, it's a real belt around the neck, you know? That's some kinky shit, Meow. I don't mind that. Not at all. Of course, that was a lie. Was it really today? Was this really the right time? Was this really the right place? He had checked that male thread with his mental tablet way too many times. So much so that he'd been asked, do you want to set this as your default wallpaper for you? Damn. She didn't cancel at the last minute. How can you be so rude, Abdu? Also, you owe me 1 credit. A late woman is the one for you. A late man must commit seppuku. What? Arriving first and waiting is what makes a man a man. That's sexist. In the virtual room inside Jaden's head, all his male friends from the public bath were giving him support. Yeah, I think Meow identifies more as a female at this point. I don't know. After all, because super genius Jaden's parallel processing ability had been recognized at a young age, he had grown up in a special institution. Forget that baptism of American boys known as the prom. He hadn't had any exciting contact with the opposite sex at all. Oh, this is gonna be good, guys. Strap in. And girls, obviously. Strap in, this is gonna be very cringy and good. He did have a naturally cheery personality, and he knew from sitcoms how attractive guys were supposed to act, but this was his first time putting that into practice. A closely fought battle had taken place between the pressure of making sure his first date had a good time, and his pride and embarrassment at the thought of having to ask his friends for help. Eventually, the former won out, and he had gathered his friends in a virtual room so they could offer him support during his date. During the date? Are you dumb? You don't want anyone listening in on this. Seriously, what the fuck? Hey boy, shouldn't you start by complimenting the girl who got all dressed up for this day? It's just so weird. Oh, right. Your clothes look really cute today. I like your choker. Can I, like, put on a leash and stuff and lead you around? Thanks. But I overdid it a bit, and it looks like my shoes don't really fit me. I'm pretty sure she, whatever, got dressed up by the girls in another room or something. They're adorable girly shoes. You might have Meow's body, but you look so cute when you're Meow. This is such a weird thing to say. Oh! Oh yeah, fuck me. Yeah, as I said, this is such a weird thing to say. Don't fucking mention Meow at all today. It's all about Meow, not Meow. -5 points. When dealing with a CPP, it's safer to avoid comparing them to the other personalities. You see, I would be really good at this. I would have Meow in my bed at the end of the evening, certainly. Oh god, no. Don't fuck on the first date. Jesus Christ, don't be so cheap. If you want to, feel free to, but that's how I roll. Crap. I picked them because they're cute, but there's no point if it's hard to walk in them. And on the big day of our date, too. Whoa! I'm stuck already! How am I supposed to respond to that? How about I carry you? Just make a lighthearted joke. I'd say, don't worry about it being hard to walk. Just hold my hand and we'll take it slow. Oh, fucking Ishak. Holy shit, dude, you're a Chad. I'd show respect for the fact that she chose shoes she wasn't used to. Thanks for picking the cutest shoes for my sake. Well, I'd go with, let's stop by a drugstore and buy some foot protection tape, so your precious feet don't get hurt. Fuck me, Stanislav is very practical, isn't he? If we're going for that route, say, for the sake of your lovely feet, my princess, I would gladly become your clogs myself. Damn, Momotake. That's like some real my lady stuff. How about you Sun with a, that's what happens when you wear shoes you aren't used to, stupid. And then Dere with a, speak up if you get tired, okay? I'll carry you. Oh fuck, Andrew is a man of my liking, I think. Woo! Oh, I can see the title of this episode already. It's gonna be date advice. Oh no. It looks like Jaden got confused and froze. Maybe he really just wanted to go out and have fun, and now he's creeped out because I suddenly called it a date. Get a hold of yourself. Goddammit, Ling Ji angry is kinda cute. A date is a battlefield. If you let your guard down, some other girl will snatch him from you. Hehehe, Jaden is pretty cool after all. Even I was thinking about taking a shot at him. I'm not sure about the cool part, but I've learned from this that he's surprisingly cute. Still, I don't understand. Why did you go out of your way to get Meow's shoes that were hard to walk in? Oh, fucking Replacable, don't you understand? You just don't get it, wow wow wow. If you totter around in awkward shoes, the boy might lend you his shoulder, wow. She knows what's up. It shows off your mentality of pure and innocent love, since you chose those shoes for him, even though it would be difficult to walk in them. Are they talking about high heels right now? Because there's also different reasons for high heels. It's not just that they are hard to walk in, and it's not just that men love to look at them, but high heels actually, in a way, prop up your ass to make it look more... what's the word I'm looking for? Plump? Juicy? Good looking? I don't know, but yeah, look it up. It really works that way, but they do kind of fuck up your feet, so you shouldn't wear high heels too much. Boys and girls. It's a splendid romantic strategy. For a second I had to gather myself again, sorry. Going back to this. Jaden's hesitation is proof that he's just as nervous as she is. Oh yeah, they're both equally nervous, that's what she's saying. Just enjoy this feeling of awkwardness and innocence. I mean, they're all enjoying it together. It's like them all having a date at once. With each other, basically. Since both Meow and Jaden are just an amalgamation of what the others are telling them at this point. Just enjoy it? That doesn't help at all. Like Jaden, Meow had also invited the girls of the public bath into her mind, asking them to give her support. Where's Koshka? Where's Lilia? They would be funny in this one. But you know what they say about having too many cooks in the kitchen? Yeah, they spoil the broth. In the end, the support didn't help either of them at all, and only ended up confusing them. Just shut them out. Just enjoy each other, you know? It's like looking at your phone while having a date. Fuck me, can't you just not look at your phone for like 3 hours or something? Oh, if it's hard to walk, I'll walk at the same pace, so just let me know. Also, thanks for choosing such cute shoes for my sake. And let's stop by a drugstore. God, he's cramming it all in one big sentence. I want to be your clocks, stupid. Wait, I take the bag. Ah, fucking Jaden. That didn't happen. Huh? Fuck me. It's so funny though, I love it. Now, when the man slips up, you must giggle and soften the mood. Now's your chance to pretend to trip and lean on his shoulder. Yeah, wow. Meow also took all the advice she was given, pretending to trip while giggling and clinging to his shoulder, as well as poking his nose and saying we'd better go to the hospital and get you some help, silly, in an incredible combo move. What does that mean? What should I do? Jaden's getting creeped out again. What should I do? I never should have gone on a date. Wah! It seemed it would take quite some time before either realized that getting life advice during a date was a bad idea. The others are just as innocent though, because they actually think this is gonna work, which is kinda cute. Jaden had been the one who asked her out. Meow was the kind of personality that hid in Meow's shadow most of the time, so there weren't many chances to talk to her directly. One night when Meow was sleeping, he had messaged Meow. And while they were engrossed in their conversation, he had strengthened his resolve. Oh man, this whole... I mean, having different personalities is weird enough already, but since they can just... She can activate the brain at a separate time to the actual personality, to Meow. It just blows my mind. Even thinking this shit up must have, like... I don't know what the fuck Ryukishi smoked when he wrote that. Deciding that if he didn't ask her out now, it might be a long time before he got another chance. He had stepped up to a man's challenge and, miraculously, had set up today's date. Yeah, asking for a date is very hard. I don't know if you guys ever did it, but Jesus. The location he had chosen was Neo-Akihabara, in the center of Tokyo. Of course, it got its name from Akihabara, which was once hailed as a sacred land of otaku culture. It was still a sacred land for subcultures in this era, but that definition was now broader. In addition to anime, manga and games, it was packed with all sorts of ridiculous things, including artists, performers, underground idols, a precision circuit board shop, a carnivorous plant shop, the World Spice Marketplace, the official chess boxing shop, chess boxing, it's a very funny thing, an underwater combat gym, the World Furry Convention, fucking furries, why can't they leave me alone in the games I play, monster parties, the Hairy Man Co-Sleeping Cafe, the Slug Racing Tokyo 1 Yen Cup, stop by now and get 200 sacred gems, and so on. And it was a bustling city, always filled with the enthusiasm of youths who wanted to make their dreams a reality. By the way, the original Akihabara had been swallowed up by fancy fashion skyscrapers and was now a high-class city, lined with expensive brand stores on par with Ginza. These days, saying someone was Akiba style basically meant that they looked like a celebrity. Ah. So it's, I think Shibuya is another well-off neighborhood, isn't it? Oh, your boyfriend's Akiba style? Wow. No, not that Akiba style. He's Neo-Akiba style. That's become a classic gag in this era. He looks like an otaku. Wow, that music track. Let's jam a little to that. At first, Jaden had thought about using a more standard route, going to a stylish place that you'd expect girls to like. However, according to the advice of his friends, dates turn out better if you go somewhere both of you can enjoy, rather than catering to what one person wants. The point of a date is that you both enjoy it, right? If you're just trying to entertain her, that makes you a tour guide, not a lover. But even so, how could you choose Neo-Akihabara? Shouldn't it be a more grown-up city? Grown-up cities are built to entertain grown-ups. Those two are kids. Kids should be kids, and play where they don't have to strain themselves. In my experience, women who want a grown-up date usually just want to show off by walking around with a hot guy. Jaden is pretty good looking, I think. Hey now, this is no time to badmouth the princess, okay? Oh god. Achoo! That Jaden, choosing such a childish city as this. It's so much more satisfying to go to a grown-up town, where you can show everyone what a grown-up date you're having. God, if you keep thinking about stuff like that, it just shows that you're not a grown-up at all, Replacable. After classifying the types in the available area of action, this city was optimal. Neo-Akihabara is famous even in the COU. They say there are all sorts of strange things there. I would like to go, if I had a chance. If he heard that, I'll bet a certain someone would say such a place is not suitable for one such as you, princess. Momotake is always strict on me. I suppose father told him to keep an eye out. But, I've heard that Neo-Akihabara is an immoral city filled with posters and billboards that expose women's skin. Wow. That's just too obscene. That's the old Akihabara. Neo-Akihabara goes far beyond that, as a melting pot of all sorts of inexplicable cultures. Come on, don't be shy, take a look. In Jaden's and Meow's brains, their friends were definitely looking down on this from above, like sightseers. Still dancing, by the way. Jaden, do you come to cities like this a lot? Well, every once in a while. I've gotten involved with subcultures briefly a few times. It's not like I'm an otaku or anything. I knew someone as cool as you couldn't possibly be an otaku. God damn it. Just ripping on otakus like that. Yeah, otaku are like so antisocial, right? You're right. I think both are probably, right? It's just crazy to lock yourself up and play video games all the time. Now I feel bad. In real life. Why were they suddenly pretending to be normies? Both of them had forgotten that they'd first met each other at the game center. In fact, Jaden loved video games, manga and anime. And yet, he was one of the lucky few who looked like a normie on the outside. I'm fuming here! By the way, Meow loved video games, manga and anime too. Most of the time, she couldn't leave the inside of Meow's head, so entertaining herself by fishing around the internet had become a hobby of hers. Oh fuck, I wish I was a second personality inside someone's head. Just cruising along on the ride, getting to watch anime and reading manga all the time. I would never want to come out. I would just stay inside their brain, living life to the fullest. Well, I guess that's just my wish of virtual reality life speaking out of me here. I don't know. After seeing this, their friends concluded that they were doing something typical of innocent couples, going into bluff mode and trying too hard to look impressive. They poked fun at them a lot under the guise of giving advice, saying, "Be honest, don't lie to her and yourself. How could you possibly like someone who can't say they like what they like?" That's exactly right though. You should thoroughly embrace both what you love and what your partner loves. And even if you don't share it with them, you know, even if you don't like anime, for example, just let your partner watch anime in his spare time. It doesn't hurt, does it? Gradually, the pair of them both realized they were thinking the exact same thing and trying too hard in exactly the same way. Oh, sheesh. What's up with me today? This isn't how Super Genius Jaden is supposed to be. Sorry, Meow. I've just been lying my ass off, trying to look cool. I love games and stuff. I love manga too. On my days off, I'm a freaking otaku who stays shut up in his room from morning till night. I acted like I knew nothing about the city, but that's not true at all. If anything, this is my home. That maid game center we just passed, I go there all the time. I've got a freaking platinum membership card. Maybe don't talk about the maid gaming center, just call it a regular gaming center. I know I said, that's creepy. I wonder what kind of person goes to places like that. But this here is obviously platinum, isn't it? Thank you for your time. If you say that, well, this is the first time I've come to the city, but I've bought things from lots of these stores over the net. And as for me, I spend all my time shut up in my brain and I love manga and games. That's a weird sentence, I love it. But I didn't want to creep you out. What the heck? So we've both just been trying to act cool? We're so uncool. Do you play games too, Meow? Which manga have you read? Stuff like One Piece, I would love to say Slam Dig, but it's Slam Dunk. Dragon Ball. Well, so you love the classics, huh? I love all of those, and when I start reading them on my days off, it suddenly gets dark outside before I realize it. At one point, the old internet's culture had brought manga and similar industries to the brink of destruction. Wow, with illegal sharing and the like. This will never happen. However, thanks to various new A3W technologies, they were being protected again and were on the rise once more. Partly because manga making techniques had temporarily gone extinct. Wow, classics from the A2W's golden age of manga were coming into the limelight yet again. I love Yu Yu Sama Hakushon and Hunted x Hunted too. Yeah, both by the same author. JoJo's Bizarre Barbecue is great too. One time, when my friends and I had a barbecue, I tried to do a JoJo grill, but screwed up and dropped the meat. Oh goddammit, that's so many references at once. I want to do a JoJo grill too. I want to do the one on the cover of volume 32. Fucking hell, don't do a JoJo grill. We really are creepy, aren't we? Yeah, we are. But I think that's us at our most honest, and this city suits it perfectly. The two of them finally became their real selves, relaxing and laughing together honestly. Jaden had said something unfortunate earlier, but he was really amazed at how impossible it was to think that this was the same body as Meow's. True, her outfit and makeup did make a difference, but can a person really look this different just by how they act? He couldn't help but be amazed by the fact that, when dealing with humans, what they are on the inside matters far more than how they appear. Beautifully said, Ryokishi. At the same time, he felt even more affection for Meow. Even though they were going out for the first time, she had been watching him for so long, inserting compliments in the middle of Meow's lecture mode the whole time. And as his fondness increased, a certain question entered his head and wouldn't go away. How do I frick? Right? This is it? However, he couldn't ask Meow directly. It would be hard to find the answer. Every hole's a goal, Jaden. And if he asked his friends, they might really get mad at him this time. No, but isn't this exactly the time you're supposed to rely on your adolescent friends? Are you all still here? Yeah, pretty much. We thought it would be rude to intrude any further. We were just planning to go our separate ways. If this question is inappropriate, please forget what happened today and leave quietly. I don't even mind if you unfriend me. Hey, what's up? It's not like you to be this serious. I don't know anything about CPPs, so I keep misunderstanding things and hurting people. I really am sorry that I'm so ignorant. I get all that, but there's still one thing I just have to ask. There's no need to be so timid. Ask us whatever you want. We'll happily answer any questions you have. So, is this about what to do in bed? No, oh shit, it's not about that. Fuck, now I'm angry. God damn it, I wanted to hear the answer. It's not like I expect that to come up on the first date. Oh, okay. It's just, the thing I want to ask is sort of related to that. I want to make this clear. Now, the simple fact that I care about something like this might already be rude to some of the people here. But even I'm basically a healthy, average, absolutely normal guy, right? Isn't it obvious that I'd want to know? About Meow, or rather, Meow. Which is he? Which sex? Can you just check in the shower room after training? The AUU, out of consideration to various genders, was one of those anti-sexual discrimination nations. As a result, resident cards in countries allied with the AUU indicated their citizen numbers and names, but not their sexes. Oh, that's wow, okay. Very progressive. Information about one's sex was shared only when it became necessary at medical institutes. Yeah, you need to know sometimes, because you need to... The dosage of, medicine and shit needs to be different for men and women. And even then it was shared only between the person and the hospital, and the information would be instantly removed after a certain time had passed. Okay. For example, in addition to men's and women's public bathrooms, there were also restrooms either could use. Okay, but they still kept the separate ones. That's interesting. So it's not just unisex. Just like women's restrooms, they had only stalls. However, you were allowed to use them regardless of your sex, so even gender minorities could use them without having to worry about whether they were a girl or a boy. In short, even sex was a protected item of private information in AUU Japan. Gauntlet Knights who were military officers were given suitable lodgings for their positions. For that reason, even their showers were in their fully equipped private rooms. Oh, so he had never seen whether his partner's body was male or female. Or is he like Schrödinger's gender or something? You can be whatever you want him to be or something. Of course, any sort of touching that would allow you to determine someone's sex was illegal throughout the AUU, regardless of the perpetrator's age or gender. What? I mean, if it's not with consent, I guess, because you need to touch the parts to do the deed. If Meow's build had been more dramatically one way or the other, it would have been easy to tell, but he really did have a grey sort of build that could either be a man's or woman's. There are some clear telltale signs though for people. I mean, the Adam's apple, for example, right? And a few other things where you can mostly tell whether someone is mostly feminine or masculine, I guess, but I don't know. I won't go there. And you know, I'm still a guy, right? If I find I like someone, I want to form a steady relationship with them. In the end, well, I'd like to go as far as I can go. That's not weird, is it? Isn't it healthy? Oh, Jaden is afraid of being labeled a bigot. But dang, if at the very end, if we get carried away, and in that final instant, we notice that we both have a plus sign instead of a plus and a minus. Well, if we're sexually incompatible from a biological standpoint, what do I do? I think those three from Yellow.Shovit could field that question best. Should I call them? Oh god. Oh my god, they're just gonna say, yaoi is love, yaoi is life. No, I wanna ask the people here. At first, everyone felt like bursting out laughing and poking fun at him, but they did understand how he felt. If you get the lucky half of those 50-50 odds, I'd say there's no room for debate, so go for it. The problem is the other 50%. Yep, you didn't fall in love with her because you're after her body, right? No. So it doesn't really matter what the biological sex is, does it? Well, you can fall in love, but continued love needs a healthy sex relationship, that's the thing. Otherwise you fall out of love again. So it needs to be compatible. Whether that means you both need to be of a separate sex or not is out of the question, because you can also be compatible with someone of the same sex. But still, if you yourself don't feel compatible to someone else, it won't work out. Just by falling in love, it won't work out for the rest of your life. It won't work out for the longest time either. That's right. It's Meow's heart and her kindness I fell in love with. Even if her body isn't a girl, I'll accept her. You are a true man. However, for your own mental health, you should probably resolve this issue quickly. If your heightened libido is unable to properly sublimate, you can expect to receive considerable mental damage. Yeah. And yeah, I can't add anything more to that. So if you're able to identify her sex somehow, what will you do if Meow's body is male, Jaden? I'll do all I can to be best friends with her. What the hell am I doing? I just said I'm not after her body, but I'll be all let down if her body is male? Am I just a pervert? No, you're not. Don't worry. No, that's not how Super Genius Jade's supposed to act. I'm super uncool. Several of the most recent studies indicated about 10% of the population is homosexual. Really? That high? Wow. 1 in 10. Same-sex couples aren't particularly rare either. Apparently, women these days view same-sex couples as more pure love, since your partner isn't just after your body. That's dumb though. Since even between a man and a woman there can be pure love. And even, if you're a woman and you love to freak women, who's gonna say that you're not just after another body to, like, satisfy your lust, right? Everyone has lust. Well, love takes all kinds of forms. Yep. Either way, there are as many types of love as there are lovers. If this is true love, you ought to follow through to the end. You need not let the words of outsiders trouble you. In the end, that's what it comes down to. Do you like her or not? And if you do, how are you gonna show each other that? In the end, that's for you two to decide. The young pair's sexual troubles were very innocent, and the kind of thing that can change completely depending on one's country, culture, and religion, and even time. However, Jaden and Meow were fortunately part of the same cultural sphere, and had similar values when it came to romance. On top of that, the AUU was accepting of all sorts of genders, and same-sex marriages were legal as well. In other words, you should decide freely by your own will, as a pair who loves each other. That's the world you live in. So you should enjoy your love to the fullest within those rules. It wasn't as though they were irresponsibly supporting a romance of a couple with unknown genders. They said this with the understanding that the AUU acknowledged same-sex couples, so no matter what it is, it's fine. The AUU claimed to have abolished discrimination against sexual minorities, but not all factions did this, okay? If Jaden and Meow had been in a different faction or cultural sphere, the others would probably have offered different advice. They're all very open-minded though, apparently. Well, I guess you can't do anything if your government doesn't like it though. If Meow and I weren't from the AUU, could this have gotten messy? In the ABN, homosexuality is accepted, at least on the surface. However, the Unified Religious Council keeps putting off making a decision about whether or not homosexuality is acceptable. Because of that, fundamentalists who like to call themselves devout still take an unsympathetic attitude. In the ACR, same-sex marriage is officially supported. Still, was it last year? It got out that one of the princes was gay, and everyone freaked out. Pretty sure he gave up his place in the royal succession and was forced to become a monk. Wow. Yeah, I remember that. Gender minorities across the ACR started holding protests, right? It's not as though people across the world are free to do whatever they want, like in the AUU. We still don't know for sure if Meow's the same sex as me, but the world does have all kinds of issues, doesn't it? Do you remember that girl, Rookie, from my squad Supana? Ruxana? I remember her. She's a cute girl who came in waving with you during the Battle Standard Festival, right? She never said a single word, I think. In the culture of her country, it's considered immoral to have members of the opposite sex in the workplace. Wow. Wait, what? Then how do men and women work together? Easy, they don't. Similar to how men and women have different bathrooms and changing rooms, people in her culture think it's better to have workplaces that are also divided between boys and girls. What a modest culture. I wouldn't call that modest, but okay. Because of that, when it came out that the squad she had been assigned to had a man in it, it had caused a bit of a fuss in her home country. Political concerns in the COU upper echelons had been partly responsible for the formation of that captain, so they couldn't have Andre leave the ace squad just for Ruxana's sake. Instead, the heads of the COU government had stepped in personally to mediate, and in the end, the whole matter was settled by having the king of Ruxana's country publicly announce that she had been given special permission. But it starts with that, and then a revolution follows. That's pretty cool. I don't know. It's very complicated though. I don't want you to get the wrong idea, but I'm not trying to say one group is right or wrong here. I'm just pointing out that all regions have their own cultures, which have been developed over long histories. Yeah, that's right. They all have to respect one another. Yeah, definitely. Fortunately, in the cultural sphere you and Meow live in, there shouldn't be any problems regardless of what her sex actually is. That's all I'm saying. Still, there's one thing I want you to make sure you remember. In the AOU, whether it's same-sex marriage or whatever, that issue only concerns the two people involved. However, in another region, it could be completely different. In some situations, no matter how much you two decided you loved each other, it wouldn't work out. Make sure you don't forget that, okay? Yeah, appreciate what you have, basically. In that sense, you're quite fortunate, Jaden. There are all sorts of cultures and ways of thinking in this world. The AOU often calls itself an advanced nation when it comes to human rights. However, that might be quite an arrogant way of thinking about it. For example, same-sex marriages are allowed in the AOU, but marriage between close relatives is not. Yeah, I mean, if you allowed one thing, you open public discourse about other things, right? That are basically minorities in their sexual thinking. So, is incest okay or not? Obviously you can't relate them. Having an incest relationship is not the same as having a gay relationship. But it's at the same time, having a gay relationship is not the same as having a straight relationship. Everything needs to be looked at separately, really. However, if there existed a country that didn't allow same-sex marriages, but did allow marriages between close relatives, then the AOU would definitely be a backwards nation in their eyes. Yeah, it's all relative, isn't it? It isn't as though the cultures and laws of each and every place suddenly fall out of the sky one day, engraved on stone tablets. These things have been brewed throughout the long histories of the peoples in these lands. It would be arrogant for an outsider to call some of them advanced and some backwards, yeah. So when some aspect of a culture doesn't fit in with its era, it's up to the people living in that cultural sphere to decide whether they should change it or not. Since even a single culture can have so many divergent views, if this pair of lovers had actually been from different cultures, this issue would have surely have become even more complicated. It's even possible that it wouldn't work out, even if both of the lovers decided to go through with it. We'll talk it over alone and make our decision. We won't worry about what other people say. Those are the rules of this land, and I've decided to deepen my relationship with Meow. That's good. And as for overcoming the differences between American and Japanese culture, you should be able to find countless tips on the net from people who've succeeded at it. Oh, Jaden looks very happy. Not anymore, but in this sprite just now he did. The rest is up to me to figure out. And the answer is obvious. Conclusion, no matter what sex her body is. I, Jaden, like Meow. However, if I know her sex beforehand, I'll be able to control myself better in various ways, and I'm sure I'll be able to avoid hurting her. No, maybe it'll hurt her just to know that I'm thinking this. Oh wait, I'm making a mistake here. This isn't something I have to figure out alone. It's something Meow and I have to figure out. If both of us really want to be together, I'm sure we'll naturally find a proper distance to keep while still being ourselves. Isn't that obvious now, considering how much we've managed to relax around each other since we first arrived at Neo Akihabara? I guess you really do want to know, right? What do you mean? About my biological sex. Fuck, did I say that out loud? Jaden panicked, thinking that she'd seen right through him. Then again, Meow had probably been having a mental conference with her female friends, just like Jaden. Yeah? I love you, Meow. Wow. You dropped a big L-bomb on the first date. Fuck me. Dude, you're moving fast. Thank you. How the heck is she supposed to react? I love you too, Jaden? Still, I didn't fall in love with you because you're a girl. It's because you're Meow. Uh-huh. So, I'm not gonna force you to tell me. I see. She's not gonna tell. She's not gonna tell this whole game, right? It's gonna stay a closed box. God damn it, Ryokishi. And anyway, how can you be so sure I'm a guy? See how long my hair is? Maybe when I'm in my room. I tie them into twin tails and wear miniskirt made outfits, right? I'd like to see that. So don't worry about it. We don't even live in a time where the Ciconia carry our babies to us. Worrying about biological sex is a concept of the past. You're saying that out of concern for me, aren't you? Thanks, Jaden. Still, I really do think this is unfair. What is? I mean, I'm being unfair, not you. What, seriously? Why? I started liking you knowing you're a wonderful man, but you started liking me without even knowing my sex. Is biological sex really so important when two people like each other? For some people it's the start to even liking someone else, right? But maybe it will be different in 100 years' time. Well, I do believe Jaden has a right to seek sexual relations with the opposite gender in his dating life. Yeah, because deep down we're all humans, and humans have it ingrained in them to carry on the legacy, right? They need to replicate, basically. And even if some people don't really want to do that, it's still in our DNA somehow. Wow, what relations? My Keropoi started croaking and I couldn't hear that part. Oh, does she have like a word filter installed or something? Oh my, want me to show you how to take off your filters? Giggle? Oh god. I agree with Replacable. If Jaden isn't going to be able to find what he's looking for, he has the right to spend all that effort on a different girl. Maybe it's the same kind of unfairness as a married person pretending to be single when talking to someone looking for marriage. Yeah, that's a pretty good example. You have to, you know, play your cards open, right? So everyone knows what they're dealing with. For Jaden, no, for men, is it really so important that the one they love be of the opposite sex? No, it's not that important, but it is. I mean, it's important in a way, I don't know. It's a hard topic. I should probably stop interjecting my personal thoughts here, because no matter what I say, it's trouble. Princess, finding that fact to be strange or unsightly is a sign of ignorance about the opposite sex. Have you heard of the book, What Men Think About Apart From Sex? What? Is it just an empty page? What men think about apart from Kero? Men must really love Keropoi, wow! Aw, she's so innocent and cute! What men think about apart from sex? That sounds interesting. Let's look it up. Now searching for you. Search results. There's a novel of that name written by Sheridan Simovi. Colloquially, it's also a phrase used to refer to a blank notebook, ironically implying that men don't think about anything other than sex. Oh, I called that joke. Or maybe I've read it before, I don't know. Wasn't there also a book called What Women Think About Apart From Money? Oh, wow. Meow, if you're worried about that and you really like him, wouldn't it be better to come clean and tell him? That's certainly one option. Judging by her, like, by overall shyness, I would think that Meow is male, but I don't know. You know, she's hesitating a lot when it comes to this. To be honest, even we don't know your body's real sex. Similarly, though we act like women, there's no way for anyone to know what our body sexes are. Our bodies are far apart, and we can only meet in Kizuna virtual rooms, so our sexes don't really matter. However, in your world, where your bodies can actually approach each other, I'm sure it matters a lot. But maybe there's a reason for... then again, it's just what you identify with, right? They all identified a certain way, and in this way they chose the bathrooms they're in, right? All the guys identified as male, so they are helping Jaden, and all the girls identify as female, so they're helping Meow, who in turn also seems to identify as female, because even when Meow is Meow and not Meow, he's still in this bathroom. I don't know. I think that as long as the love is mutual, it can be shared between people regardless of sex, and even with inanimate objects if you take it to an extreme. Is a 2D waifu an inanimate object? It's quite a unique way of thinking, Lingji. I don't dislike it though. I'm aware that this view is only shared by a tiny minority, both in the COU and the world at large. I suppose gender really is important. I wonder if Ryokishi wrote that, or if he went that route because of Umineko, or if he just wanted to include that because of current social-political affairs. If telling him the truth would make him give up on you, then that love wouldn't have lasted long anyway. If that's the case, you'd better be off making things clear sooner rather than later. Yeah. Does this mean your sex really is one that would make him give up on you? No, it's not like that. Thanks everyone for worrying so much for my sake. It's not as though I'm keeping quiet because my sex would make Jaden give up on me. So she is a girl? That's, my problem, our problem. Meow had personalities of 2 different genders in a single body, so a gender reveal wouldn't only have consequences for her. Bearing that in mind, this certainly wasn't an easy problem. I mean, since Meow seems to be the personality that acts the most as the body, outing him would bring the most problems with that, right? Since she herself is just in the back part of the brain, usually. Whether you decide to reveal it or not, that choice will also be part of your romantic experience. If they both have love, there's no barrier they won't be able to cross. Wow! In the end, what Naima just said is the answer. No matter how much we barge in and try to offer advice, it isn't as important as the answer Meow decides for herself. Meow, I think you should enjoy your love, including the part where you worry over this question. Jaden, I'll definitely tell you about my body someday. Don't worry about it, okay? There's no need to force yourself. No, I want to tell you. I just need a bit more time to prepare myself mentally. I see. So, Christmas. Huh? Search results. In Japan, Christmas is considered a major event for couples, boyo. By the way, America roasts turkeys for Christmas, but in Japan, they eat fried chicken for some reason, boyo. In Germany, a typical German meal for Christmas is, and I'm not shitting you, sausage. Just a few sausages and maybe something on the side. Mostly, I think potatoes. Sometimes quite possibly even sauerkraut. So yeah, in my family, I'm not entirely German, so we ate chicken as well. Yeah, because of my 99% Japanese heritage, you guessed that right. If we can still feel this way about each other on Christmas, I'll tell you then. Is that too long to wait? Not at all. I'll respect your feelings. But still, thanks. Why? You probably decided to do that for my sake. Thanks for caring about me so much. I'll make sure I care for you just as much, Meow. So, I'll make you a promise, right now. Okay. I love you, regardless of what sex you are. You're the best girlfriend and the best buddy a guy could have. Yeah, imagine your best friend being your girlfriend as well. That's how it should be, actually, I think. Thanks, Jaden. At least when you're looking for a partner for life, they should be your best friend at the same time, I think. Christmas wasn't that far off. Once autumn and then winter came, it would be here. They passed in front of a home appliance modding store. In a window, a TV toaster hybrid was showing them the news. News. I'm standing in front of the EIPMA headquarters in Lato, Brazil. Just now, their spokesperson commented on the conflicts breaking out simultaneously all across the globe, saying that because interventions made in any particular conflict might benefit or harm one faction or another, they would have to wait for the situation to de-escalate before taking action. He made it clear that they don't intend to interfere with any of these conflicts at this time. In response to this, the AOU Joint Press Secretary said, "Interrupt CM, Kero Boyo Boyo? Have you upgraded to the new version of Kero Boyo? For a small fee, you'll be able to remove ads like this one, Boyo. You haven't done it yet, so it'll be 2 minutes and 58 seconds until the ad ends, Boyo. Now, let's sing the Outie Frog's Coming of Age, Johnny." What the fuck is an Outie Frog? Oh, to all video uploaders, this is as far as you can record and distribute videos, Poyo. We hope all of you watching enjoy the rest on your PCs, Poyo. Oh. Fuck me. I'm possibly gonna keep recording, but I won't upload. And if they ever rescind that decision, if they ever say, okay, now with the release of maybe chapter 2 or something, episode 2, you can now start uploading chapter 1 even further than even further than this point, I will possibly do so. For now though, wow, that ended on a... I mean, shit is about to hit the fan, right? They went past the... they went window shopping basically, and they saw the news break out live. And I think they're gonna get drafted in any minute now. And all of them are gonna have to face off against each other. I don't know how far into the game this is, honestly. How many more hours there are left. There's gonna be a big fight, there's gonna be a lot of suffering. If you enjoyed this so far, consider picking this up. If you think it's expensive, which it actually is for a visual novel, I think, wait for a sale or something. It's a very good visual novel so far, I think. So let's hope it keeps up that quality, and let's hope I will get to upload the rest soon. And again, thank you guys. We're possibly gonna continue with the Umineko Answer Arcs next. Soon. Bye!